So my name is Biplav and I'm gonna talk about my first topic, that is DNS, domain name system. As the name itself speaks, that domain name is something that is like a distributed database which usually maps the domain name to its respective IP address to gain the access to the particular web services that is available in this world. So there are many different kinds of internet services given by Google, Yahoo, Wireshark, some other organizations which provides us to access their website. So usually DNS is an application layer. It works under the application layer, which is usually served to exchange message between the client and the particular service. So it's nothing. It's like a phone book relevant for the human beings, so that the human being cannot remember the 32-bit long numbers. So that this topic came on to, so that the human beings can get a easy way of interacting to the web services. But in our computer technology, the IP address, it needs to be addressed for the for getting the web services. So I'm gonna talk about the working. So DNS is a there is a client like a DNS client, so it usually requests for the medium.com web service. So it goes to the DNS recorder with the internal DNS server, where it looks whether this medium.com IP address is present in the case or not. So if it's not in the case, then it goes to the root label domain server. So root label domain server usually contains a name server records with server it belongs to. So dot, so usually root.com doesn't contain IP address, so it contains different hierarchy dependencies below it. So the dot specifies it belongs to the, like it sends the query to the top level domain server. So top level domain server usually consider with the last part of host name, so it usually comes in the .com name server. So it maps into the particular .com server. Like there are many different organizations with the name server like .com, .aug, au.org, some other. So then after it's mapping .com, so it forwards its respective to its second level domain server. So second level domain server usually looks for the second part of the host address. So medium.com, so it belongs to some medium.com organization. So then after it finds, it goes to its authoritative name server, so where the IP address is usually contained in its database. So then it maps and resolves the name into an IP address. Then it sends back to the DNS recorder, where it stores the IP address along with its domain name, so that the next time when the client wants to connect to the web service, so it's easy here to get the web service is faster and reliable. So it sends back its IP address saying that 104.16.121.127, which is understandable by our system, and then we get the web service. So this is the normal working of DNS. So I'm gonna be showing you the live capturing of cap packets into a Wireshark, and showing how does the resolves resolution works of a particular host name to the its IP address, and the internet resources are available. So I'm gonna open Wireshark, and I'm just gonna flush my DNS record, because it's if I look for some web services, then it suddenly comes. So I'm gonna cache it and show you, and then record the IP address. So I'm gonna flush it like giving the command ipconfig slash flush DNS. I have flushed it, so it's loading. Um, okay, so I'm using Wi-Fi, so it's a striking error. It's working, so I'm gonna click on Wi-Fi, then usually stop for a while, and then I'm gonna start this by hitting continue without save, and then again I'm gonna like flush it, and then I'm gonna open some famous web service like google.com. wireshark.org, and some random gibberish on a register hostname like .com. Okay, so after that, so I'm gonna see in the Wireshark. So applying a filter and a DNS. So only the DNS protocols come in into this line. So I gave google.com, so that's a query, so it came in this the google.com query, so I can see in my domain name system, and then user data come protocol, which is obvious. Source port is 545.506 and the port address is 53. So the domain name service is a query that I usually like press the google.com, and then the query is sent to the different like domain name server, so checking the internet and then going for recursion, searching for the particular IP address to get the web services. So the flags that are on are with the recursion desired, because it's need to be recursed because it needs to find the particular IP address. So searching from root level to TLD to like lower level and authoritative name server. So this is a question, so I can get a response in by clicking here, or I can just give a transaction ID by applying the filter and then click selected. So it's loading. Yeah, so I got a response back from that particular DNS. So the response I got flagged is 1, so it means the message is a response, and then the recursion desire and recursion available are 1 1. So this on recursion to get the particular IP address, and I have got the answer is response is 1. So it means that I have got the IP address which I was looking for, the google.com. So I have got the google.com, so it's a type A. Type A means it is IPv4 address. So the address for the google.com from its server I got is 216.5 at the 199.36. So this is my uh, IP address. So similarly, I search for Wireshark. Yeah, Wireshark. So similarly, I got a Wireshark also. So I got a two IP addresses like 104.25.21, and I give some random like unregistered IP address. So it may be here. Yeah, this one. So I'm gonna just select it. So it's searching. Sorry for the delay. Okay, I can see that. So here is the response for that particular query. So the message is response and the recursion, because it goes on finding whether this particular domain name is stored into some web server or not, particular authorization. So it sends me a error showing 0011. So it's error, and the additional authority response name is type is security authority on. So that means it is like not registered, so it's zone of authority, and then time to leave is given. So it is particular is not reachable only. So this is about the DNS. So I hope you like the video. Thank you.